And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Welcome back to a new video, and guess where I'm at? This is a little different. I am standing in front of my beautiful 2023 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack Swinger Special Edition. This is a beautiful automobile that is destroying the environment, but one thing it did for Dodge is it made them profitable. It made them a lot of money. It made Stellantis a lot of money while they were embracing and hanging on to the heritage, the cars that the customers loved, like this beautiful beast. Yes, they paid fines. Yes, they had EPA issues. Yes, they had to deal with that. But when Carlos made the decision, the CEO, that he's no longer going to pay the fines, no longer going to pay for the carbon credits from Tesla, he's not going to play along anymore, and he's going all EV. He made a decision that is going to likely kick him continuously. Every time he turns around, he's going to take a beating. And I thought, what better place to shoot this video than at a Fisker dealership. Fisker just went bankrupt, as many of you know, and this is the remnants of what happens when you go all in on EVs. And this is the second time this guy's gone bankrupt. The first time around, he went down in flames and then came back again, and investors still threw money at him, and here's what he ended up creating again, is an utter failure. And I believe, based on the metrics right now, that Stellantis is on a path to utter destruction with their EV strategy. But I wanted to come here and just do a quick video and share why I believe this. It has nothing to do with the fact that I prefer a gas engine, prefer a big V8. Yes, I'm okay with the destruction I'm doing to the environment, I guess that makes me a bad person. But based on what I see taking place with the EVs, I don't think they're really saving anything. If anything, they're burning cash. They're burning cash in such a ridiculous manner that if they just stopped and they just put money into something else, I don't know, hybrid V8s, more efficient V8s, alternative fuels, might be okay. But this is what happens when you go all in. And here we are at a Fisker dealership, completely defunct, completely closed down, out of business. What used to be a beautiful showroom is in front of us. Let's see if we can get up close and you can see through there. There it is. Employees lost jobs, vendors and suppliers all got creamed. And what I thought I would share is the reason why I believe these manufacturers are screwed, and Stellantis more than anyone, because they are going so deep in on the EV bandwagon with all the new EVs they're rolling out for Jeep. And the CEO of Jeep, Filosa, I think is his last name, just came out in an article saying that he is going to fix Jeep. He's going to drop prices. He's going to bring out 0% financing. He's going to provide incentives. He's going to spend 20% more money in advertising and marketing and still launch some EVs while getting rid of some of the most profitable, best cars, best SUVs, best trucks they've ever had. And I can tell you, based on what's happening here and what's happening everywhere with EVs, is he's toast too. And we'll see him in an organizational announcement in another year as they continue to go down this dangerous path. But I thought I would share this. If you just use Google, don't take my word for it, but go and Google how much does lose per car. Company who just took another $1.5 billion on top of billions of dollars worth of money in investment from the PIF, which is the Saudis. Got to ask yourself, why are the Saudis investing in EVs? But they're taking another $1.5 billion because if they didn't, it would go down in flames as well. Right now is losing a colossal over $225,000 per car they sell. Imagine that someone came to you with a business and said, hey, look, we're going to sell this thing for 100 grand and it costs us $327,000 to make it. Hey, you want to do that? You want to invest in that with me? I got to tell you, I don't need a third grade education to be able to figure that that's a bad thing. Hell, my daughter, when she was little, was like, hey, I can make these little buttons and it cost me 10 cents to make them, and then, for my time and stuff, I can sell them for $1 and I'm profitable. I'm like, you're a genius. Why can't these guys figure this out? They're losing so much money, but they say we'll be profitable And they all say, guess what? The CEOs all say, we expect to be profitable in Q4 2025, Q1 2026. They have to say that. They wouldn't get any more money if they didn't say that. But the bottom line is, on the ground here, us, the customers, standing there making decisions every day on what we want to drive, what we want to buy, we're saying in like grand fashion that we don't want these things. As of, I think it was August, the Edmunds report came out and showed that 40% of the cars that were traded in August were traded in, the electric cars. 40% of the electric cars that were traded in August were traded in on gas cars. So that means 40%? In what business would 40% of the people not liking your product be okay? If you sold pizzas and 40% of your customers hated your pizzas, would you stay in business? You would not stay in business. So the metrics are horrible. Ford figured out that they're losing over $100,000 for every EV that they sold. $100,000 in losses. That means if they sell you a $50,000 Mach-E, I don't know how much that thing is, let's say it's $50,000, it's costing them $150,000 to make that Mach-E. Why would anyone do this? What is going on? Well, they get these tax breaks and tax credits, and the government really wants them to do it. But even GM said, no, listen, after cutting our losses from like $3 billion down to like $2.2 billion, we're pulling back on this because it's still $2 billion. Why in the hell would we do such a thing? Then you've got Rivian, that really cool truck that comes with a Bluetooth speaker and you can put a kitchen in the bed. That thing is losing, I think it was over $30,000 per truck sold, and they have no end in sight when they think they're gonna make money. Like some speculators, some of the brightest minds on the internet have figured out that there's no mathematical escape for them. They're done. It's just a matter of time when they go down in flames. And look, that's sad. Lots of people are gonna lose their jobs, and lots of money is getting incinerated. But even worse, like Fisker, there's a whole bunch of people that if Rivian goes down, or if Lucid goes down, that they end up driving a car without a warranty and with a massive depreciation hit. And imagine if you borrowed $100,000 to buy your Rivian, and then they go out of business, and now you've got a car that you can't get more than $20,000 for. I think the Fiskers, which were going in the $80,000 range, now they finally had to sell them in a liquidation for like $16,000. And anybody who buys one is an idiot, because you're not going to be able to fix that thing. You'll have an expensive brick in front of your house. So whenever I hear Stellantis continue to say, hey, look, we're going to win this EV thing, I can't help but to laugh when they say they're going to pump $400 million+ into Michigan, and they're going to build 2 EV trucks, and then one's the Ram Charger that's going to have an engine, like a generator to keep it charged. Be interesting to see. They're going to sell an EV truck, and then they're going to sell the ICE version. And I like that. I think the blend is wrong. They should have had 2 ICE versions, and then their Ram Charger or their EV. But to have 2 EVs, and I don't know how the Ram Charger is going to work, we'll see, but 2 of those EVs, and then one component, 1/3 of those things going to be ICE trucks. What do you think is going to sell first? What do you think is going to be profitable? Same with Jeep. What do you think is going to happen, Mr. Filosa of Jeep? When you have a bunch of EVs showing up, you've gotten rid of the most popular gas engine cars, gas engine trucks and Jeeps, and now you're trying to sell this ridiculous EV thing that nobody wants to buy, that you will be losing money on every single sale. I don't think that Stellantis, with all their billions, that they can outrun the reality that nobody really wants these things, that it is a niche product for niche customers that it works for. So before you comment and tell me that I'm just old and disconnected, let me help you understand where I'm at in this thing. I think EVs are great. They're great for some people. They're horrible for others. For me, it would work if I'm commuting locally, if I'm commuting even to a place where I know there's going to be chargers in the hotel I'm staying in, like I am this week. But for the most part, it probably doesn't work for me. But for other people, it probably does. And for those people, I say let them have that. But I think it should be they should expect that it's going to be no more than about 10 to 20% at best of the market. Right now they're rounding about 10% of the market. And Tesla is owning almost, if not more than 50% of that market. So why in the hell would I go pick a fight with a guy in a bar that's 6'5", 350 pounds, pure muscle, jiu-jitsu, judo, karate champion? Why would I walk in and say, hey, I'm gonna take you down? That's what all these automakers are saying. That's what Stellantis is saying. And when McClear gets up on his recent video and says, we got the fastest, quickest muscle car ever made.
Locator on DodgeGarage.com. We look forward to seeing you behind the wheel of the world's quickest and most powerful muscle car.
How when a Model 3 performance Tesla will smoke the new Dodge Charger with the stage kit on it? The new electric Charger Daytona Scat Pack will get beat by a Tesla Model 3 with performance. You're not the fastest. Well, he's gonna say, well, those aren't muscle cars. That's even worse. So bottom line is, I thought I would just say this while I'm here is, look, Carlos, come to Fisker. Look at Rivian's financials. Look at Lucid's financials. Look at GM's financials. Look at Ford's financials. I don't know that anybody, other than maybe Hyundai's, I think maybe's figured out how to make a little bit of money on their EVs. We're talking about Hyundai, for God's sake. Why are you picking a fight that you can't win? The only way they're gonna figure out how to make money on their EVs and be profitable is by overpricing the daylights out of them. Or they're gonna be profitable in the organization because of their gas engine cars. Or they're gonna make money on their gas engine cars that will hopefully absorb some of the losses on their EVs. Either way, they're gonna lose money on their EVs. Everyone else is. Why does Carlos Tavares think he's smarter? It's insanity. And I just thought today I would shoot this video at this location as I drove by it on the freeway, because if this isn't a testament to stupid decisions, bad business strategies, and frankly just miscalculating what the customer wants and not listening to what the customer wants, I don't know what is. As this lonely dead Charger, look at that, is sitting over there with nothing plugged in. This used to be full all the way down here of Fiskers, and they're gone. And they were beautiful, they were gorgeous, they were nice. I would say as nice, if not nicer, than a lot of the new Stellantis EV products, but they couldn't figure out how to make money. Neither can Lucid, neither can Rivian, with massive, I'm talking billions of dollars of investment, 1.5 billion in investment just recently for Rivian, or not Rivian, for Lucid, just to keep them alive a little bit longer. While the CEO there made over, I think it was over $300 million, made Carlos Tavares look like a poor person making $40 million. And this CEO at Lucid is making that $300 million and losing $227,000 per vehicle. Like, if I did that at my job, I would be fired. If I told my bosses, hey, I got some great news, sold a bunch of stuff for $200,000 less than it's worth, $200,000 less than it cost me to make it, can I have a huge raise and bonus? They'd throw me out, or they'd lock me up in the loony bin. So I just thought, what an interesting thing to come and actually stand here on this lot as a little sign, if Carlos ever sees any of these videos, or if Velosa Jeep understands that, or sees this video, that you can spend 20% more in advertising, but you're advertising a product that most people don't want. And based on August numbers from Edmunds, 40% of them, after they get one, aren't gonna want it either. And I think that's the direction we're headed. And while I know that getting back this glorious Hemi V8 is likely not a near possibility, but this thing made them money. Even paying fines, even paying for credits, from carbon credits, it still was profitable. It still made them money. And they discontinued it because I don't know, because Carlos wants to save the planet. I don't know, folks. Seems pretty stupid to me. With that said, like, subscribe, comment, share this video, and just know that I am going to look back on this video a couple years from now while Carlos is being ejected, hopefully sooner than later, ejected from his job because he didn't have the foresight to look at what everything's going on around him. The customers are screaming they don't want it. Every automaker out there is losing their ass with EVs. And he's saying, we're going forward. We're even going to spend $400 million. That is not enough. You're going to spend $400 million building these plants, and that's still not going to be enough for you to deliver a product to the market that's going to make you profitable. And that means he's headed towards a block wall. With that, everybody, like, subscribe, comment, share this video again, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.